It's shame, isn't it? It's just shame on the Church of England. Valuing all God's children, their document sadly has misled the teachers and the governors in Church of England schools. You know, without a vision, the people perish. Without clarity of teaching, without the shepherds feeding the flock and nurturing the flock, well, the wolves can quickly get in. And what you have here is we were talking earlier about people not understanding what the Christian faith is. And we talked about, you know, the teachers and the head and the governors and the judge. But when the bishop doesn't understand, when the bishop doesn't advocate, when the bishop can't immediately come into Bernard's rescue, can't come in immediately and say, this is Church of England teaching. I understand that you may have found this difficult right now. What are we going to do about this? Let's sort it out. That's kind of like a vaguely normal world. But when the diocese actually get behind the school, and 3.5 years later, Bernard does not have a permission to officiate, is not able to preach sermons.
Yeah.
When on his church record, he's labelled as a safeguarding risk. Can you imagine when he applies for jobs? What that looks like? By the way, anybody listening out there, this is a fantastic chaplain that you've got there. So if you're needing a chaplain in your school or in your churches, here's a wonderful one available. Who stood the test of time and knows what it is to really be comforted and walk in the joy of the Lord for the last 3.5 years by faith. But I mean, that is quite something. But I also want to say, I suppose, that this is not Christianity. As in what the church has done there is not Christianity. Because Christianity...
It's actually anti-Christian. It's actually anti-Christian. They're actually standing against Bernard and for Ellie Barnes, for Educate and Celebrate. You know, they're Educate and Celebrate the real safeguarding risk, and they're standing up for them, and they stand up against Bernard, who actually wants to teach, you know, standard Christian doctrine, marriage between man and woman, and so on. And they're against him and pushing him out and stopping him from getting another job.
Yes. So I have not been able to lead an act of worship or to preach for, well, it's 3 years since I last did something in the school chapel. And the bishop just will not give me permission to do anything. So I have to sit at the back of church and watch the people doing the thing that I used to be able to do. There is no immediate prospect of ever being able to do it again.